Waynesworth Hall. I think it's Waynesworth Hall. His street name was Unique from Mecca Audio. He was a drug kingpin. He said, yo, Gene. He said, vest up, and the phone hung up. I never spoke to Puff about what Unique told me because I had spoke to Chaz Williams a day after that. And Chaz Williams said, yeah, I'm hearing like they coming at y'all. He said, Gene, I got the day off. I said, cool. Chilling at the hotel. I'm chilling at the Beverly Hills Hotel and everything, just chilling.
Gene Dildo gets a call from Unique saying, vest up. He gets a warning from Chaz saying, yeah, they're coming to get you. He doesn't go and do a walk around the Peterson Museum, find out the nearest police station, fire department, hospital, which entrance they should bring Big in. He doesn't go get vests. He doesn't talk to a police captain or a fire captain and get a police escort to and from the venue, bring them in the door where they bring the automobiles into the Peterson Museum. He does nothing. Gene Dildo is so concerned, he chills at the Beverly Hills Hotel, ordering bacon cheeseburgers, fries, pizza, and trying to get baby oil squirt up his ass.
And I had told Chaz, I said, yo, Chaz, it's looking real shady up in here. So then Puff comes back, and he said, yo, Gene, stay next to Big, right? So when he said stay next to Big, I took my gun out and put it up under my shirt and kept my hand behind my back like that. And D-Rock came over to me, he said, yo, Gene, I ain't never seen you look like this, nigga. I said, this shit is serious, nigga, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. I said, what's wrong with you? I said, man, these niggas come to kill it. Y'all niggas laughing and joking like it's a fucking joke or something like that. Y'all playing like it's a joke. These niggas gonna finna come at us today.
Gene Dildo was so concerned about the threats, yet he never called the police or the fire department or local sheriffs for help.
The fire department is shutting down the place. So they turned the music off and everything. The fire department is walking through. The fire department is shutting down the place. So they turned the music off and everything. The fire department is walking through. Big is still alive. Wasn't thinking. Right through the driveway, it was ambulance, cops, and the fire department. Somebody called 911. They calling 911. Why didn't they respond? They right through the driveway. Man, Big is still alive. Thinking that, yo, stupid ass go across and get the police, go across and get the ambulance people. I wasn't thinking like that. So I'm not thinking that, yo, stupid ass go across and get the police, go across and get the ambulance people. I wasn't thinking like that.
When you call 911 and you say someone's been shot, that call goes to the police and the fire department immediately. They are on the phone with you, walking you through first aid procedures until the paramedics arrive. The fact that nobody was on the phone with any paramedics says nobody called. And if they would have called and hung up, 911 has caller ID. The police have caller ID. They would have called the number back, got their location, and the people that were in the alley, the police, the fire, and the ambulance, would have come right there. If you saw them in the alley, why didn't you go to them? The fire department is shutting down the party, yet he doesn't go up and tap one of the officers on their shoulder and say, we've had death threats, can we get some help? They would have dispatched the police, they would have been there in seconds, and they would have helped them. He sees fire department, ambulance, and police in an alley. He doesn't even bother to say, let's go to the alley, I saw an ambulance. They drive 30 minutes to a hospital, guaranteeing Big would be.
I didn't go to the party because all y'all seem like snakes. And I'm not going to You guys was the security. If somebody shot the big
get out, Puff pull out first. We pull out behind him. He blow past the light. We stopped at the light. When we stopped at the light, I see some chicks like on the curb. Before you know it, a car just rolled up, start popping in the car. Just pop, 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 pop. Everybody got down in the truck. So that shit stopped. You know, we all hopped out. Everybody door open but big door. By that time, Puff his truck had came back around. Everybody was like, let's get in the car. And we just got in the car and just drove to the hospital. They take him in the hospital. I didn't go in there.
Gene Dildo is a liar. If his lips are moving, he's lying. He never called the police. He didn't tell the fire department who was in the building evacuating for crowd size. He never called 911. He walked Biggie, a slow-moving target, right out the front door instead of a back entrance, and he didn't get the ambulance that was in the alley. He was assisting the shooter. No question about it. Gene Dildo was chilling at the Beverly Hills Hotel looking for something to poke on as he ate bacon double cheeseburgers and fries and trying to get baby oil squirted up his ass. He didn't take his job serious. He should have been practicing like this was Game 7. He said he thought it was a very serious threat, yet he wasn't going over drills, he wasn't practicing to make sure no one panicked and no one choked in the event of an emergency. That's why you practice. Michael Jordan shoots 5,000 free throws a day so he doesn't choke in the 7th game. Brady throws 4,000 throws a day so he doesn't choke in the Super Bowl. The Peterson Museum was Dildo's Super Bowl, and he fucked it up, and as a result, Biggie is dead. Gene Dildo is responsible for the death of Biggie Smalls. Period.
They just wanted Big and Puff. The crowd was against them. The niggas that he was around them, they just wanted Big and Puff.
LAPD showed me a picture of me, Puff, and the nigga who shot Big. Then Lucy said, why would you, Puff, and Big, why would you and Puff be taking a picture with a who did that? That don't make no sense. Because they showed me the picture. I don't know who took the picture. What do you mean? The nigga walked up the Puff car first. And I see. Why was y'all with him? Puff was in the car. I was standing on the outside. This nigga was coming up down the drive. He was coming down the street. What are you talking about?
Mace said he didn't come to the party because he didn't trust security. And security is responsible for Biggie being assassinated, either through their negligence or their cooperation. He never got vests. He never told the cops. He didn't tell sheriffs. He didn't tell the paramedics that were inside the party. He didn't move Big in and out the back door. He didn't get a police escort. He didn't call 911. The police, ambulance, and the fire department were in the alley. He didn't run over there. He didn't drive over there. He didn't scream for their help. They drove 30 minutes in a car to find a hospital, guaranteeing Biggie would die.
You mentioned that Puff said that he was going to give somebody $1 million. I told you I seen a check for $1 million. Zip pulled it out of his right back pocket and showed it to us. What's the check for? Now, he told us for a record company. The record company was tied to Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henchman. Blackground Records. So, why did he give Zip $1 million? Show where he earned $1 million for a record.
He's been saying for years Puff is responsible for Biggie's death and Tupac's. And yet I have proven and debunked both of those lies based on what came out of his mouth. Everything that this man says is a lie. Barry Hankerson owns Blackground Records. He would never pay for a murder with a check that's from his business account from a bank that is protected by the Federal Reserve. I sent that information to Barry Hankerson, and he sent goons at this nigga's head, and he moonwalked better than Michael Jackson. Changed his story, said he never said it.
This was the first time I had talked to Miss Wallace since the last time I talked to her and was telling her about Big's death, and she said I didn't want to hear no more. I went up to see Miss Wallace, brother, and she took me around her whole house, and I seen the memorial of Big. I seen how this lady loved and lost her only child.
Gene, here go Miss Wallace.
Gene Deal.
Hey, Miss Wallace, Gene Deal.
Oh, hi, Gene. How are you?
All right, man. You know I ain't seen you since I came to your house and had that conversation with you. How you been? You all right?
I've been okay. I've been watching you on Facebook.
I'm sorry, Miss Wallace. I'm sorry I had to do what I had to do, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay, I know you do.
Thank you, Miss Wallace. Like I told you, I said if Miss Wallace would have called me and told me to shut it down, I would have shut it down. Miss Wallace ain't called. She knew how to get in touch with me. If Miss Wallace didn't tell me to shut it down, I'm going to keep doing it because I respect you, Miss Wallace.
And do what you do.
Thank you, Ma. I appreciate you.
What you do.
He exploits Biggie's mother for clicks and views, never explaining to her that his incompetence is what got her son murdered. If it doesn't fit, you must quit listening to Dildo's bullshit. Gene Dildo is a liar. If his lips are moving, he's lying. He never called the police. He didn't tell the fire department who was in the building evacuating for crowd size. He never called 911. He walked Biggie, a slow-moving target, right out the front door instead of a back entrance, and he didn't get the ambulance that was in the alley. He was assisting the shooter. No question about it. They didn't need more security that's incompetent like Gene Dildo. They needed one security person who had sense enough to notify the police when the threats happen. One security with sense enough to tap a fireman on the shoulder who was already in the Peterson Museum and say, "We've got some retaliation threats from gangs. Can we get a police escort?" One security that could see the ambulance in the alley and run over there, drive over there, shoot your gun in the air to get their attention to bring them to the emergency. Call 911 as many times as needed. Not security that drives around 30 minutes looking for a fucking hospital as the notorious Big is dying. Complete failure by security. Donald Trump's Secret Service never told him, don't go outside, don't go to a rally, don't go to an event. They beef up security, they do reconnaissance, and make sure wherever he goes to fulfill his obligations, he is safe and protected. That's what security's job is. Protect the principal however the principal decides to move.